Here we are, lesson 14, and guess what? I am proud of you, and I believe in you, I need you, and thank you, and yes, you've stuck with this. Are you showing your friends, your family, co-workers, are you teaching anybody this? Please take it and teach this program. You are a genius. Hope you're amazing yourself. You got the presidents down. Lock those, all 43 presidents in your mind. You get telephone numbers, historical dates, periodic table, how to put a whole book in your mind. Names and faces. Isn't this fantastic what you can do with this? And all the nutrition things. Hope you bought some of the books I'll talk to you about and start applying these nutritional elements and helping you with the test and finding out, if you have any problems there with allergies or you have this leaky gut syndrome. All these things can be cured. So get the books and read about all this. It'll help you with the ADD and ADHD. Phenomenal breakthroughs in this. Now, in this session, in lesson 14, I want to introduce you to the link system. Hope you can see your book. This is called the link system. We've gone through and we've got the visual symbol system, the topical system, and now this is the link system. And along with this, we're going to learn another system called the A through Z mnemonic alphabet. So this will give you 4 systems that you can use to virtually memorize and learn anything that you want to learn. So I love saying that to people. You are a genius. Really, me? You don't know me. Yes, I do. You have a mind. It just hasn't been trained. Now you're training your mind to do phenomenal feats, outstanding feats with these techniques. Now, the link system. Let me give you an illustration with a link system. If I had 50 individual links that made up this chain, but they're not connected, 50 individual links, and I drop these 50 individual links into let's say a pond. It's a shallow pond, and I dropped it into the pond, but it's black. It's inky black, and you cannot see the individual links in the pond. So they've dropped maybe about a foot at the bottom of the pond. You can't see this. Let's say you reach in, you grab, and you have one time with one hand to grab links. And I'll just give you just one grab and come up. Can you grab all 50 at one time and bring them up with one grasp? No, you can't do it. Perhaps you might grab, scoop up maybe 10 or so, but all 50, it's almost impossible to grab all 50 with one hand at one time. Now, before I threw these links into the pond again, if I took the time to chain these together, to link these together, take the individual links, chain them all together, and what do I have? One individual chain made up of 50 links. And so that's what you're doing with this link system. You're taking ideas and successively comparing one idea to the next. I have this quote for you in the book by Sir William Hamilton. He said, if 2 events are brought into vivid relationship with each other, then the subsequent occurrence of one of those events will automatically lead to the recall of the other. For example, if I'm taking, as I did with, you learned the historical dates, we have the book was the American history book. And so 6 is the monkey's tail. So we had the monkey wearing sunglasses with grass on them. And so that let us know the date by doing what? Linking the monkey to the grassy sunglasses. This linked the things together. And then the next date we have the monkeys, that was 1773. Then the monkeys are driving this golf cart onto Lexington Green. And this was, the golf cart is 75, so that's 1775. They drive into a deli, so that's Delaware, the first state to be admitted to the Union. And so the date of that, we said we had the hockey stick with grass of the hockey stick, so that's 1787. See, that's the link system. So you've already been using it throughout the program. You're linking the things together. As you learn the telephone numbers, you're linking them together, forming this chain in your mind's eye. Now, I want to continue doing this, but really focusing on the whole idea of chaining, linking your ideas together. You can chain hundreds and thousands of things, and then one idea brings back another. It's another illustration would be like dominoes. You stack the dominoes up, and what happens? You knock over the first domino, and it hits the second domino and forms a chain reaction all the way to the very last domino. When a person gives you now a 30-digit number, since you have the 1,000 pegs in your mind, you have those symbols there, rather than receiving 2 numbers, like what you did with the peg 00 up to 99, rather than receiving 2 numbers at a time, you can receive 3 numbers at a time. And you actually have 10 images, 10 mental pictures for 30 numbers, because 3 digits conveys 1 mental image, 1 visual peg for 3 digits. So then you do what? You chain it all together. So the first 3 numbers, you hold that in your mind, then you link it to the next 3 numbers, and then you're only recalling actually 3 numbers at a time. When you get through recalling the first 3 numbers, then automatically the other 3, it's hooked in there, and you start seeing those in your mind's eye, and you start pulling it out. And so it's just like you're reaching into your mind and pulling the chain out. So you just pull it out. As you pull one link out, the other one's connected to the next link, the next 3 numbers, next 3 numbers. So you can go on for hundreds of numbers like this, as long as you make strong, vivid pictures, as we gave you with our 8 learning enhancers. It's very important to use those. Now let's apply it to the 6 dimensions of human development. I want to do that. It's the first thing in this lesson I want to do. And then next I want to apply it to a poem. So Jack, can you use this with poems? Yes. First of all, we'll go through the 6 dimensions of human development. We'll use our bodies. It's important to use psychomotor memory or kinesthetic memory, getting your body involved. This is really helpful, not only visual and auditory, but also the kinesthetic learning. Kinesthetic means the movement of our bodies. So we'll learn the 6 dimensions of human development with our bodies by chaining it together, and then we'll learn a poem with the link system and use our bodies with that as well. And then we'll learn the longest word in the English language, pneumono-ultramicroscopic silico-volcanoconiosis. We'll learn that with the link system, how to say it, how to pronounce it, and chain that together in your mind. And then we'll take prose. Jack, can you use this on prose? For example, let's say that you're in the 5th grade and you have to learn the preamble to the Constitution. There are 52 words in the preamble to the Constitution. Great document, important to learn. Most kids, when they're in school, they have to learn this. So how do we put 52 words in our mind? I'm going to show you how to chain that together in this lesson. We'll go through part of that, and we'll pick that up in lesson 15. We'll complete that in lesson 15 with the preamble to the Constitution. So what are we going to do? We're going to learn the 6 dimensions of human development. Very important to lock that in your mind for a balanced life, being successful in all 6 dimensions. And then we're going to apply it to a poem. And then the longest word in the English language, pneumono-ultramicroscopic silico-volcanoconiosis. And then one other thing, before we get into the preamble, I want to teach you the mnemonic alphabet. The mnemonic alphabet, A through Z, will give you 26 new mental pegs with the mnemonic alphabet. It'll help you as well. And then we'll go into the preamble. So let's go with the 6 dimensions of human development. If I were to ask you right now, what are the 6 dimensions of human development? The areas in which you need to grow. Now, let's do it with psychomotor memory, with kinesthetic memory. Point to your head with me right now. Point to your head and say with me, mental. We're going to go down our body and we'll use our hands to chain all this together with the 6 dimensions. And you can actually learn it in about 10 seconds. It's amazing how fast you can learn this. You can do this with a child. I did it with my granddaughter when she was 3 years old. Sage, she learned all 6 dimensions of human development with this kinesthetic psychomotor learning. Now, point to your head and say mental. Mental. Now, come down in your body and take your arms, and I want you to flex your arms like you're Arnold Schwarzenegger. Here you are, and you're flexing your arms. Going to bump you up. So flexing your arms, so that stands for physical. So point your head and say with me, mental. Now come down and flex your arms, both your arms. Tighten your hands up and show me your biceps. That's physical. Now bring your hands together. You had your hands clenched like you're showing your muscles out to the side of your body. Now bring your hands together like you're praying. So that stands for spiritual. So say that with me again. Point your head. That's what? Mental. Come out from there and flex your arms. So that's physical. So we're linking together. Now come together and put your hands together, and that's spiritual. That's the first 3 dimensions of human development. Mental, physical, spiritual. Now take your hands, where you have your hands like you're praying, come out from the praying position and as if you're going to shake hands with someone. That's called social. Say it with me. You're praying. Say you're praying. And all of a sudden you're meeting someone, maybe the pastor there or a rabbi there at the church or priest there, and you're sticking your hand out and you're meeting him as you're praying, and then he reaches out his hands. That's social development. Social. Let's say that you're going to do things together socially. So take and rub your fingers together like you're holding money in your hands. You're rubbing your fingers together, and this stands for financial development. Now, you're making a lot of money, Take the coins, the finances you got in your hands, now take it and throw it in the air. Wahee! That stands for emotional. See, I'm chaining that together. That's the link system. I'm linking it all together. Let's do it again. All 6 dimensions of human development. Where do we begin? We start at the top of our head. So we say mental. Come down and say what? Physical. Fantastic. And clench your fist. Show the muscles. Now bring your hands together, and that stands for spiritual. Now you're going to reach out with the spiritual and shake the hands of the pastor, the minister, and that stands for what? Social development. Shaking is social. Now we take both of our hands together, and we're going to rub our thumbs and our fingers, the tips of them together, like as if you're rubbing the money. Ever seen anyone do that symbol, like in the sign language? Sign that stands for financial, the money, rubbing money, like give me money, rubbing the money together. So that's financial. Take the money and throw it in the air, and that stands for what? Finance. That is what? Throw it in the air, and it stands for emotional. Fantastic. That's the 6 dimensions of human development. And we just did that with the link system. Now let's take a poem. Here's the poem. Ready? It's not what a man eats, but what he digests that makes him strong. It's not what a man earns, but what he saves that makes him rich. It's not what a man learns, but what he remembers that makes him wise. That's a poem. Now, let me teach you how to memorize this with the link system. First of all, let's get the bare bones down, the 3 major bones of this. So it's not what a man eats. So it's eats. So take your hand and go to your mouth and kind of like you're eating, okay? Like you're going into your mouth, you're eating. So it stands for eats. It's not what a man eats. And then the next thing is going to be earns. I'm going to eat, eats, earns, learns. Those are the 3 bones that the whole poem is around these 3 bones, okay? So it's connected to these 3 bones. So it's eats, put your hand to your mouth, eats. Now go take your hands when you're eating. Now in eating, you have to go out and earn money, a job in order to eat. So you're starting off with eating, and take your hands out like you're working with your hands, like you're earning things with your hands. So he's earning. Now take all the earnings, the stuff that you're earning, you're taking it and put it in your mind, because in the job, you're growing in your job and your education. So bring it back to your head and say learn. So let's get these 3 down. Go to your mouth and say eats. Put your hands out to earns. Then take the hands and put up to your head, and that's learn. So eats, and he's what? He earns, and what? He learns. Now let's lock these all in our mind. Now, so the first set is not what a man eats, but what he digests that makes him strong. So let's use our body with this. Now, if you had the video on this, it'd be a lot easier to act this out, but see it in your mind's eye what I'm doing. So put your hand to your mouth. It's not what a man eats, but what he digests. So go from eats to digesting, point to your stomach. It's not what a man eats, point to your mouth. Now go down our stomach, digest. It's not what a man eats, but what he digests. Now come up and put your arms up again, like strong, like one of the 6 dimensions of human development, and say you're strong. Now say it with me. Point your mouth. It's not what a man eats. Where we go? To our stomach, digesting. It's not what a man eats, but what he digests. Now come up and use your arms. That makes him strong. Very good. Say it with me. It's not what a man eats. Go to your mouth. But what he digests, go to your stomach. That makes him strong. So that's called kinesthetic memory, using our body and linking this together. So that's the first set. So it's not what a man eats, but what he digests that makes him strong. So now we got his arms up strong again. So we're reaching out from the strong position and going out, and he's going to earn a living because he is strong. So earns. Now it's not what a man earns. So he's out there working, earns, but what he saves. Take your hand and put coins into a piggy bank. You're out there earning, living with your hands, so put the coins into a piggy bank. So it's not what a man what a man earns, but what he saves. So the piggy bank is going to bring back saves for you. It's not what a man earns, put the coins in the piggy bank, but what he saves. Now break the piggy bank and have the coins going through your fingers, like your fingers are moving and all the coins are going through the fingers, so that makes you rich. So here you are, rich. Okay, it's rich. So say it with me. It's not what a man earns, he's working with his hands, but what he saves. So put the coins in the piggy bank, but what he saves that makes him what? Fingers are going, the coins go through the fingers, so move your hands up and down, and this is symbolizing just lots of coins, gold coins going through your fingers. Makes him rich, so he's rich with that. Now let's go to the last one. Put the crown, this is for rich, put it back on your head because we're going to do what now? Learn. So put the crown, so this connects us like the rich. Think of a rich person, a king with a crown, and put that crown on his head. Back to our head for learns. It's not what a man learns. It's not what a man learns, but what he remembers that makes him wise. Now here's how I do this. It's not what a man learns, but what he remembers. Go to your finger and tie a string around your finger, and this will signify memory. So it's not what a man learns, but what he remembers. So the string around the finger signifies remembering, what he remembers. So it's not, point to your head, it's not what a man learns, but what he remembers that makes him wise. Now take the finger and hold the finger up there. Then you have an owl on the finger. Ooh, ooh. And the owl stands for wise. That's wisdom. So let's go back again. So it's not what a man learns, but what he what? Tie the string around the finger. What he remembers. Now on the finger, you're holding it up, looking at what? An owl. What he remembers that makes him wise. Very good. Say it with me. It's not what a man learns, go to your finger, but what he remembers that does what? The owl makes him wise. Excellent. That's an illustration to show you how you can take a poem and use your body, and it's a lot of fun with kids and teach them how to link these things together with the what? The chain, the link system. Redintegration is called. It's called the nexus, making these connections, vivid connections in your mind, where one thing automatically leads to the recall of the other. What did Sir William Hamilton say? If two events are brought into vivid relationship with each other, then the subsequent occurrence of one of those events will automatically lead to the recall of the other. So rather than just taking individual, disjointed, and isolated facts throwing into your mind, make sure there is a connection. You can do this with your association. Use stories, anything that you take these individual links and make a chain. So chain it in your mind through a story. So it really helps. So now let's memorize the longest word in the English language. You ready? Say it with me. Pneumono ultra microscopic silico volcano coniosis. Say it again. Pneumono ultra microscopic silico volcano coniosis. Just look at it in your book. That's a long word there, okay? The longest word in the English language. Pneumono ultra microscopic silico volcano coniosis. Now say it with me again. Pneumono ultra microscopic silico volcano coniosis. Now here's how I link it together. First of all, when you break it down, we'll be doing this later on in our program, but when you take the word pneumono dealing with the lungs. And so pneumono, so it's something to do with the lungs, like you have the word pneumonia. Pneumatic is with air. So this is with air, with lungs, breath. So pneumono. So pneumono is dealing with the lungs. And then the very last part of it, the suffix of this, the prefix pneuma, which is lungs, the Greek root for lungs, and osis, the suffix of this, the longest word in English language, is disease. So we know right off it's a disease of the lungs. Now let's lock it together and chain all of it together. So you go to a doctor and you're complaining with your lungs. So I have what? I have pneumonia. I have pneumonia. What do you have? I think I have pneumonia. Are you sure? Yes. So doc, can you look please at my lungs? So he's looking at your lungs, and so he's looking with this ultra microscope. He's looking with this ultra microscope. So pneumonia, ultra microscopic. So it's an ultra microscope, ultra microscopic. It's a microscope that's ultra. I mean, it's just beyond. It goes into the lungs and really sees, and this the minutia, the minute little detail, the subatomic level is going to tell you what's wrong with your lungs. So we have pneumono. Then he has this microscope. It's an ultra microscopic. And then he sees that you have what? What is it? Well, it looks like a silico to me, just a silico. A silico that's, and it looks like it's caused from a volcano. So it's a silico, and then it's a volcano. And so you have pneumono. Watch this. The crazier it is, the better it is. Here's my association, but you can use anything you want. But really lock it in your mind. So pneumono, you think of pneumonia. Went to the doctor. What did the doctor say? Well, I went to the doctor. He said he had pneumonia. What did he do? He took this ultra microscope, and he looked, and he says, you have this silico. It's a silico. And he said, this silico, it's this coal came from a volcano. So this coal is like, maybe we have these Hawaiians there. They have all these coals and and these Hawaiians around this volcano, and they're coughing. So this silly co, they're they're laughing with the co around this volcano. And so they're doing this tribal dance, and there's this volcano. And out of the volcano came this coney. Then we have what? Coniosis. Watch this. Coney stands for me. Out of the volcano comes this coney. What? A Coney Island hot dog. Okay, a Coney Island hot dog comes out of the volcano. So it's Coney, this Coney Island hot dog, okay, comes out of the volcano, and it hits your sis. And you say, oh, sis, oh, sis. Oh, the hot dog hit me. Oh, sis, are you okay, sis? No, look at my head. I have a hot dog in my head. So this hot dog, the Coney Island hot dog, came out of the volcano, hit what? Your sis. And she's saying what? Oh, sis. And you're saying, oh, sis. So watch how I link the whole thing together. This is, again, it's chaining it. So taking a long word like this, and you can put it in your mind in a matter of minutes just by chaining it together and forming a crazy, wild, vivid story and link each one together. Pneumono, the doctor said you have pneumono, and he's examining what with a ultramicroscope. So pneumono ultramicroscopic. Then he says he's looking in there, and it's just what? It's just these germs are laughing. It's just that's a really a silly co. And it's like a little Hawaiians there, and they're from this they're around this volcano, and it's what? Silico volcano, and what came out of the volcano? Coney. It's like the Coney Island hot dog. What it do? It hit your sis, and you're saying what? Oh, sis, look at that, sis. The hot dog hit you in the head. So you have what? Pneumono, ultra, microscopic, silico, volcano, coniosis. Very good. Just make the little story and just locks it into your mind. I'll say it one more time. Pneumono, ultra, microscopic, silico, volcano, coniosis. And you don't have to refer to the story. Once you get it in your mind, lock it in, then you have it for life. But if you ever do forget, you can go back to your story and bring it back clearly and vividly in your mind. It's fantastic. Now look in your book. We're going to learn what's called the mnemonic alphabet. The mnemonic alphabet. This is an image where you take 26 letters of the alphabet and you turn them into individual concrete images. And they give you actually 26 additional pegs you'll have with this system. In case you have to learn anything with letters of the alphabet, of an outline of something, if you have letters and things you have to remember, this is a different aid, a tremendous aid in putting these things in your mind. So the mnemonic alphabet. So we're taking A through Z, the 26 letters of the alphabet, and developing 26 new pegs. Now, in order to learn this, I'm going to teach this to you with the link system. We're going to link them all together in our mind's eye. We're going to link all 26 with this system. Now, so I have A is what? The A is an ape. So an ape, see this in your mind's eye, an ape walks over to a beehive. Now notice it in the book. Look how we're doing this. An ape knocks over a beehive. Knocks over a beehive. And the bees go and sting this cat. Sting this cat. Now the cat goes and scratches this dog. Scratches the dog. And the dog now runs into an elevator. Elevator opens up. Inside the elevator, there is this 6-foot frog. This 6-foot frog inside the elevator. And the frog has what? Guns. F-G, guns. Guns on his hips. And he gets all excited and starts shooting the guns. And this gun, G-H, hits this what? This hen. So the guns hit this hen, and the hen, the feathers go everywhere. The feathers just going everywhere. The feathers go everywhere from the hen. And then this Indian comes over, okay? So you have what? You have the G, gun, H, you have what? The hen. Then you have this what? Indian. Indian comes over, I, Indian. This Indian comes over, and he takes the feathers from the hen. So he takes them, puts them in his headdress. Oh, me headdress looks good. This hen feathers in my headdress looks very good. So he has this feathers into his headdress now, but he is placed in what? J. So we have the what? Indian, I, then J, jail. He's placed in jail because he's stolen the feathers from the hen. Oh, my feathers. Oh, my feathers. And so he stole the feathers from the hen. So what? H is hen. I is Indian, J, jail. So he's in the jail. Now he's in the jail, he's there, and he's being tried by a kangaroo court. Boing, 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 J-K, kangaroo court. And the kangaroo court, I want you to notice, they open up their little pouch, and then they pull out their lunchbox, L lunchbox. In the lunchbox, there's this mouse, this little mouse, and he's afraid, so he dives out of this lunchbox, the mouse, and he dives out into a nest. In the nest there's these little baby owls, hoo, 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 little baby owls. And the owls now, they're too young to fly, so they put on these parachutes, parachute, P is parachute. And they're floating down. The parachute hits this queen, and she's been walking this parade, the Q queen, and she steps on a roller skate. Boom, the roller skate hits off, and the roller skate R-S hits this school. This hits a school. Bam! Hits a school. Inside the school, these little turtles. These little turtles start walking out, T turtles. These turtles, they have umbrellas, U umbrellas, and they look up, and it's raining violins. Boing, 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 the V violin. The violin hits them in the head. The violin hitting them, all of a sudden this violin hits this wolf. This wolf in the head. The wolf starts playing the violin, and the wolf's got his stomach is so sick, so he says, "Oh, my stomach! Oh, he needs to go get an X-ray." So he goes to get an X-ray, and then they look in the X-ray, and then inside of the X-ray, no wonder there's a ball of yarn inside of your stomach, ball of yarn. And then what happens? Dr. Zebra, there he is, and he's all dressed up in his doctor's clothes, and Dr. Zebra pulls out the ball of yarn. And then you have what? That's 26 new pegs with the link system. This is fantastic. It's amazing what you can do with this. So you want to go through now and repeat this in your mind, this whole story, and lock it down with the link system. Isn't this fun? What you can do with this is so remarkable. Now what I want to do, I want to show you, just to demonstrate, the preamble to the Constitution. Just give you kind of an introduction to this. We're going to be doing this in Lesson 15. We'll pick up on Lesson 15, but I just want to say it to you right now. 15 words, and I have it broken down with 10 pegs with the link system. I'm using the combination of the visual symbol system with the link system to lock in the 52 words for the preamble to the Constitution. Let me say it to you. I'm not looking at anything. I just have it in my mind. I have it all linked to these pegs and then chained together in my mind. Okay, here it is. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. That's 52 words. I memorized that in just a matter of minutes. I'm going to teach you how to do this in Lesson 15, how to do it also. But briefly, what I'm doing, what I did, first of all, I took 10 pegs. One is what? One is the pen. 2 is a picture of the swan. 3 is the lips. 4 is what? A picture of the boat, sailboat. 5 is the dog. 6, monkey's tail. 7, upside down putter. 8 is a picture of the snowman. 9 is a picture of the balloon. And 10 is the basketball. I took those 10 pegs. Then I formed a bare bone association to begin with. For example, 1 is a pen. With a pen, I have we. It's like a little French beret on the pen. So it lets me know, like, oui. So we is on the pen. Then I have we the people. So we people. So it's little wee people, little bitty tiny wee little wee people, okay, like little leprechauns. So we people. And the little people there, let's say they're walking on this map of the United States. So I've got 3 bare bones with this. That's one link pens. I have we, and then people, and then the United States. Okay, now what we want to do, we want to pick this up because I want to continue this in Lesson 15 to show you how to do all the preamble Constitution. And we got other great things we're going into for foreign languages vocabulary in Lesson 15.